Why Ethereum could be the future of finance. Ethereum is increasingly being recognized as one of the most important technologies shaping the future of global finance. While many investors have become frustrated by Ethereum's slow price performance over the past few years, industry experts believe the network is quietly laying the foundation for a financial revolution that could unfold over the next decade. As traditional financial institutions, governments, and multinational corporations continue exploring blockchain technology, Ethereum remains the leading platform for innovation in decentralized finance, stablecoins, tokenized assets, and smart contracts. One of the biggest trends driving Ethereum's future growth is the tokenization of real-world assets. Tokenization refers to converting traditional assets such as real estate, stocks, bonds, commodities, and even intellectual property into digital tokens that can be traded on a blockchain. Financial experts estimate that trillions of dollars worth of assets could eventually move onto blockchain networks, creating a massive opportunity for Ethereum. Since Ethereum already hosts the majority of tokenized assets and stablecoins, many analysts believe it is positioned to capture a significant portion of this future market. Veteran macro investor Dan Tapiero, who has more than 25 years of experience in financial markets and manages over $1.5 billion in digital asset investments, believes the cryptocurrency sector could eventually grow into a $50 trillion industry. In his view, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other leading blockchain networks are becoming the core infrastructure of a new digital economy. Tapiero argues that if the crypto market reaches these levels, Ethereum could realistically experience a 5 times to 10 times increase from current prices. While he acknowledges that the journey will likely include periods of volatility and investor frustration, he remains confident that the long-term trend points towards substantial growth. Another respected voice in the crypto industry, venture investor Tom Dunleavy, has an even more ambitious outlook. He believes Ethereum's role in tokenization and decentralized finance could eventually support trillions of dollars in on-chain value. According to his valuation framework, if Ethereum secures between $750 billion and $1 trillion worth of assets, ETH could potentially trade between $20,000 and $50,000 per coin. While these numbers may seem extreme today, Dunleavy argues that Ethereum's value comes from its critical role in securing, validating, and facilitating economic activity across its network. As more assets move onto Ethereum, demand for ETH could increase dramatically. Ethereum's growing adoption by Wall Street is another major factor supporting its long-term potential. Large financial institutions are increasingly using Ethereum-based infrastructure for stablecoins, tokenized securities, and settlement systems. Stablecoins alone have already become a multi-billion-dollar industry, and most of this activity takes place on Ethereum or Ethereum-compatible networks. As banks and investment firms continue embracing blockchain technology, Ethereum stands to benefit from increased network usage and transaction volume. Market strategist Tom Lee, co-founder of Fundstrat and former chief equity strategist at J.P. Morgan, believes several macroeconomic catalysts could also help drive Ethereum higher in the coming years. One potential catalyst is easing geopolitical tensions, which could lower energy prices and reduce inflationary pressures. Lower inflation would give central banks more flexibility to reduce interest rates, creating a favorable environment for risk assets such as cryptocurrencies. Historically, crypto markets have performed well during periods of loose monetary policy and increasing liquidity. Another significant catalyst is the possibility of clearer cryptocurrency regulations in the United States. Regulatory uncertainty has been one of the biggest obstacles preventing institutional investors from fully entering the crypto market. Proposed legislation aimed at establishing clear rules for digital assets could provide the legal framework needed for banks, asset managers, and corporations to increase their participation. If favorable regulations are implemented, many analysts expect a new wave of institutional capital to enter the cryptocurrency ecosystem. Ethereum could also benefit from growing political support for blockchain technology. Governments are increasingly recognizing the economic benefits of digital assets, particularly stablecoins and blockchain-based financial infrastructure. As policymakers seek ways to modernize financial systems and maintain competitiveness in the global economy, Ethereum's role as a leading blockchain platform may become even more important. In addition to these developments, many analysts believe Ethereum's future price will be influenced by Bitcoin's continued growth. Historically, Ethereum has often followed Bitcoin during major bull markets, sometimes outperforming it during periods of strong investor enthusiasm. If Bitcoin reaches projected long-term targets of $200,000 to $250,000 or higher, some analysts believe Ethereum could eventually trade above $20,000 based on historical valuation relationships between the two assets. Despite the bullish outlook, investors should remember that cryptocurrency markets remain highly volatile and unpredictable. Price corrections, regulatory challenges, technological competition, and macroeconomic uncertainty could all impact Ethereum's future performance. However, many experts agree that Ethereum's combination of strong network effects, developer activity, institutional adoption, and leadership in tokenization makes it one of the most compelling long-term investments in the digital asset space. As blockchain technology continues transforming the global financial system, Ethereum appears well-positioned to play a central role in that transformation. Whether through decentralized finance, stablecoins, tokenized assets, or institutional adoption, Ethereum's influence continues to expand. While no prediction is guaranteed, the growing consensus among industry leaders is that Ethereum could become one of the most valuable financial networks in the world over the next decade, potentially rewarding patient investors who understand its long-term vision.